Item number 4, presentations. This evening we're going to receive an oral report from the 2013 San Bruno Sister City Student Exchange Delegation to Narita, Japan.
Don't be shy. All right. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. We are here this evening to share our recent experience visiting our sister city in Narita, Japan. So first, I'd like to introduce you to this year's delegation. My name's Jenny Tucker, and I'm with the Community Services Department. If you want to just raise your hand, because I don't want to turn around here. Okay, so we have with us today Jessica David, Charlene Smith, Joe Costa, and Chris Marquez. And our other 4 student delegation members that were not able to be here are Karina, Michelle, Kyle, and David, and they send their regrets, but they did have prior engagements with school. And then we have our teachers, Gordon Wee, who's a teacher, a 6th grade teacher at Parkside, Connie Monahano, who is our school counselor at Parkside, and then our parent volunteer helper and our everything was Selena Welsh. So I'd like to personally thank you for continuing our Sister City program. Our experience in Narita was something that we'll never forget, and we all feel so lucky to have been able to go this year. From the moment we stepped off the plane in Narita to the moment we arrived safely back in San Bruno, the Narita City staff and the International Friendship Society treated us so well. The entire visit was perfectly planned to meet all of our needs, and even when our trip was extended a few days due to the SFO accident, the Narita City staff made sure we were well taken care of. And I don't think any of us, well, we'll try tonight, but I don't think any of us could really even put into words how kind and generous everyone in Narita was to us. So they will all be sharing their favorite moments of the trip, but before we have a quick slideshow of some of our major activities that we kind of picked out. We had a lot of photos, so we had to narrow it down here for you, but this first picture is the Narita and San Bruno delegation, and this was taken on the first night in Narita at their city hall. And then this is just a picture of our first presentation, and all the students our Parkside students had to give a presentation and introduction in Japanese, and they did very well. And then if you see in the bottom right corner there, the San Bruno and Narita sign, which made us all feel very at home and welcome. And then similar to when Narita comes to visit us in March, this is our students performing for the Narita Sister City delegation, and our students actually invited the Narita students up to perform with them. So this was a picture of all of them, and then the students there are the ones who our students stayed with the home visits. So at night they would go and stay with them. One of the days they took us to one of the the middle school, and we got to see how the Japanese go to school and experience all of that, which we had a good time learning all about the different ways school, and I think all of us were very impressed by the Japanese school. I have 2 pictures on this one. The first one is the lunch at Shabu Shabu, which we wanted to put on here because we were really lucky this year with our group. We were all very adventurous with our eating and trying new things. I think we all tried things we never thought we would ever try. And the Narita staff were so excited about it. They were just really excited they didn't have to do any fast food for us, and they really spoiled us with our lunches and our meals. And then on the right, the other side is a picture when we visited the automobile college, where kids got to go around, and some of the adults that were willing to, drive around in the racetracks with the fast cars that the Japanese were building. So that was kind of fun. This was a picture of our day trip to Kamakura, which is about 2 hours away, and we got to visit the Big Buddha. And then one of the main things that all of our delegations get to participate in every year is the Gion Festival. And this is really special to the Narita people because only residents or special guests get to participate in this. And so that's why we were wearing the red jackets that represented we were part of the city of Narita. So that was fun. We got to pull the dashi, which is in the right corner over there, through the town. And then that evening, we were able to spend the night at a temple. And all of the host families were there with us. And they all spent the night. Well, the children spent the night. And then in the morning, they had a bunch of activities. In the upper left corner, we're making mochi. We got to ring the bell and do some artwork. And on the bottom right, we were all dancing. So, well, I was taking the picture. That was them dancing. But we had a great time. So I would like to introduce the people to come on up individually, and they're going to share with you their favorite experience. And then I have two people that were not able that wanted me to share with them, so they wrote me an email with their little speech. So who wants to go first?
Konnichiwa. My name is Jessica. Over the summer, I visited Japan along with Parkside Intermediate School's Sister City Exchange program. While there, I was able to enjoy many different aspects of Japanese culture, including food, school, recreation, and overall lifestyle. I was treated with great hospitality by each of my 3 host families, as well as the city officials. Having been an avid fan of anime, manga, and Japanese pop culture, I was able to speak a considerable amount of the language and was flattered to be commended by native speakers when I tried to make conversation. I made a lot of friends, many of whom I still speak to today, and my overall stay in Japan was a pleasant one and a great learning experience. I hope to visit again someday. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Christopher Marquez. My experience during Japan was a blast. I enjoyed everything about Japan. I had a wonderful time. What is different here from Japan is the streets because they are very clean. The weather is much more humid and that they are really good at recycling materials. What is different from homes here to homes in Japan is that the Japan houses are much smaller than homes here. They make use of what space they have really well. What I loved about the culture is that the people are very respectful and polite to one another. I also noticed that all the cars that were on the road were very clean and excellent condition. Something I would like to bring from Japan is the Japanese Kit Kat candy. I found flavors that they do not offer here in the U.S. Thank you.
Konnichiwa. My name is Charlene. My experience in Japan was amazing. It was my first time being out of the country, and it was certainly a great first international trip. The host families I stayed with were very nice, and we became good friends. I miss them a lot, but at least I still keep in touch with them over email. I loved walking down the streets of Narita. I loved how narrow and cute the roads were. What really amazed me were how many people I saw riding bicycles everywhere. When we visited the Narita Junior High School, almost all of the students biked to school each day, unlike here, where almost everyone drives to school each day. When we arrived at the school, I saw they had a huge parking lot just for bikes. There were at least, I'd say, 100 bikes parked there. It was pretty impressive. To me, it represented a very healthy and eco-friendly lifestyle. Another thing that also amazed me was Narita's newly admitted recreation center. We got to take a tour of their rec center, and the whole time I was in awe at all the things they had in the large facility. They had a daycare center, a library, a music room, a stage room, a museum, a sports room, all in one building, and it was all very new. If I could make a wish for San Bruno to have, it would be a new, nice, big rec center, especially with a stage room, because I like dancing. I like to dance and sing, so a stage room, like an auditorium, would be really nice. I think the Sister City program is a great program for 2 cities to stay close even when they are far away. It is a great way for young adults like me to have a once-in-a-lifetime experience and make good friendships with people from halfway across the world. Thank you.
Hello? Okay. Boku wa, or konnichiwa, boku wa desu. That is translated into, hello, my name is Joe. First of all, what I am wearing is a traditional Japanese clotheswear called a kimono. Also, this is Narita's mascot. His name is Unari-kun. Sorry, my bad. Unari-kun, which is translated into an eel that flies, because Narita is very famous for its airport. Okay. First, I would like to thank everyone who dedicated their time to help us. Ms. Welsh, Mr. Wee, Ms. M, and of course, Ms. Tucker. Yes. Okay. One thing I loved about Japan is because it's a fast-paced technology world, but it's also combined to cultural place, which is very beautiful and very high-tech. One of my favorite things about Japan was the fire department. We actually got to drive inside the fire truck, and we actually got to beep the horn, which is my favorite part. We got to wear the fire department's clothes and actually got to wear a gas mask, which is very exciting. But when we were gone, a tragic happened here in SFO, which the airplane crashed. And it was very sad for us, but we got to spend another day in Japan, where we went out and went to Tokyo, which was very fun. The end.
Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. My name is Gordon Hui. I'm the 6th grade math science teacher at Parkside. So I'll just do a little quick background. I actually went to Parkside years ago, and I heard about this program. So I was not selected back then, so it was cool to be a coordinator on this trip and being able to go finally years later. And I can't really pinpoint one actual place or event because every single day was a new adventure. It was pretty much for me just kind of taking in the culture and seeing what we can bring back from the Japanese culture to here in America. I've never experienced such generosity, and the way I felt like I was like royalty there, because they picked us up every single day, they provided meals, they catered to our schedule and made sure that every second of our trip was planned. So, I mean, I came back just in awe of Japan and wanting to go back. So I just hope that just from this year that this program continues, because, I mean, I speak for everyone else that we just had probably one of the best experiences that we'll always remember. So, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Connie Mandujano, and I'm the counselor over at Parkside. I felt very, very privileged to be chosen to be a chaperone this year, given that I'm fairly new to Parkside. The whole entire experience was just so fulfilled of wonderful, great experiences altogether. I was really impressed in how well they take care of their environment, their community, their cleanliness, their lack of waste. We even visited a waste center that was thoroughly impressive. When I asked them if they had any landfills, they said, "What are landfills?" I said, "That answers my question." They were extremely polite, and they were very respectful towards one another. They had a lot of unity, and they were very cohesive and working together as a community. There were just so many things that were incredibly impressive. Overall, was really, truly impressive on how they truly care to learn from other cultures. They have partnerships with other countries as well as with the U.S. They take great value in investing in relationships, and in relationships such as the one that they have with us here in San Bruno. I'll never forget the warm welcome we received from City Hall. They must have had about 200 to 300 people standing outside the building when we arrived, and they were clapping as if we were celebrities. I mean, I truly was overwhelmed. You guys remember that? honestly, it really brings me to a bit of sadness because in the short experience I've had, I see a great disparity among the effort and the detail, the resources, and just their investment in the partnership that they believe is important to them compared to us here in San Bruno. I'm not here to, I understand there's some kind of tug of war between the school district and the city and who should do what. And I don't have enough knowledge to, or even care to put any blame or any sort of that matter. But I truly, truly hope that you find that this program is surely worth continuing. It is such a fantastic program, not just for us chaperone and the awesomeness that they treat us with, but the experiences these children come back with to be better people, to be better citizens for our city. It's so fantastic and worthwhile, and just what they learn and the cultural learning, it really is priceless. I've also had the opportunity to speak with a number of people who participated in the past, and they have nothing but wonderful, awesome experiences to share. And even some have gone back now as adults to Narita because they had such a wonderful experience. Our wonderful Japanese counterparts really do have it together. They value the partnership. They're interested in us as a people, our values, our culture, and our environment. They truly care about having long-standing friendships. The events that they did for us were so thoughtful, well-planned, organized, down to the very last detail. Even the gifts that they would give to us were meticulously wrapped. I was so impressed. What I will remember most and take with me was their eagerness to connect with us, their eagerness to be our friends, and their willingness to seek out our friendship. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
My name is Selena Welsh, and this year I had the opportunity to be a volunteer program coordinator for Parkside School, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you that what a fantastic program we have. And on behalf of our school community, I would like to thank the City Council for allowing this program to continue. We would like to also thank the City of San Bruno, the sister city, the Lions Club, and San Bruno Park School District for their continuing support of the program. Without any of this, we wouldn't be able to do this wonderful program. This year, like every year, our students had experienced so much that I could spend hours giving you the report, but I'm limited to only 2 minutes, so I better speak very fast and very brief. From the first day we were wandering through the old city center and historical street of Narita, the students learned to appreciate walkable streets and people's friendly spaces compared to big boulevards. They also saw how the beauty of the surrounding and attention to detail of every object has a great positive impact on people's attitudes and behavior. They saw that how consideration of aesthetics extend to everything in people's daily lives and creates a harmonious existence. It is great to see students in a position of not understanding the language and learning to navigate through very foreign places and being foreign student in local public school. This definitely brings awareness and sympathy to the difficulties of fellow students here who do not have a great understanding of our language and culture, and taught them not to be too quick to judge people based on this. I also would like to give a report on, I did ask them to think about how visitor-friendly our city is for foreigners, also being an airport city, and hopefully that they will one day give their feedback to our city in the future. A couple of things we discussed when I was there is with our sister city, is they're concerned about the rivalry between Narita and the newly reopened Haneda Airport, which is now operate 24 hours. And they're very concerned because that takes away the income of their airport. And they wanted to make Narita into a 24 hours airport because they're so concerned with their citizen and noise and the pollution. So they want to remain that. And we should support them in this any way we can. On this trip, one of our delegates was Parkside School Counselor, Ms. Manduhano. And this was a benefit because it enabled us to lend some support and give guidance and advice to our counterparts in this issue of teen problems. We talked about this problem and shared our resource and information and our approach to them. And we believe that this is very, very fruitful for both cities. One experience that we all learned from was our return flight being canceled due to this crash at the SFO, and eventually getting home 3 days late. What we all learned was the only way to get through this was for everybody to hang together and keep a positive attitude with a little bit of good sense of humor, and we got home safely. And we want to express our gratitude to our host, the City of Narita, for all the help and support they gave us at this challenging time. It definitely brought us closer together. And thank you all for supporting us and allow us to continue with the program. And I hope the program will be continued every year from now on. Thank you.
Okay, I have just 2 more students really quick. I'll read them because I know they'd feel bad if I missed out on them. But this one's from David Umbertus, and he said, I was fortunate to be part of the San Bruno Narita exchange program. This was by far one of the greatest trips I've ever been on. We did everything you can imagine. Everyone was nice and helpful to make sure we were never left out. My host family was very nice to me and Christopher, and I've never been treated like that anywhere besides my home and by my mother. My host mom felt like my real mom. She made sure we were okay and if we wanted anything to eat or drink. He said, I hope I get to go back to Japan so many more times that they are used to me. I also like to give a special thanks to our counselors. They made this trip even better with their presence. Like I said, I can't wait to go back to Japan. I'll be sure to bug my mom about it every day. I would like to close by saying that when I'm older, I will help this program to continue prospering to give another 8th grader a chance to go to Narita. I want them to experience this once-in-a-lifetime experience. And then Karina's really quick is this summer I had an amazing opportunity to go to the beautiful country of Japan. It's been a dream of mine ever since I was a little girl, and I couldn't believe that my dream actually came true. The trip was everything I could have hoped for, and I have so many special memories. I was so happy to be able to spend time with my Japanese friends that I hosted in March. I especially enjoyed eating the Japanese food, and the people in Japan were so kind and generous to us. I really hope to go back to Japan again someday because this trip meant everything to me. And I know she really wanted to be here tonight. So, and I just want to, again, kind of close up by saying thank you for your support and dedication to our Sister City program. As you can tell, we all had an amazing experience. And I can confidently say that San Bruno was well represented by this year's delegation of talented and personable students and teachers. And we do have a gift from the mayor of Narita to our mayor, Ruane, that we'd like to present to you. And this was given to us the first night. We kept it safe for you, even through customs. And then that wraps up our presentation. So if you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to answer. Otherwise, we're just happy again, and thank you for allowing this program to continue.
Hello. Sorry, one more thing. I know I said it before, but a rec center, like a new rec center, would be awesome. Like, I'm sure everyone in San Bruno would love a new, huge rec center. That would, that would make me so happy, and a lot of my friends happy, and everyone happy. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Before I say anything, I'm going to open this. It's a big box of Kit Kats.
Yeah. No, that wouldn't have made it back.
Let's see what it is. No, it's not Kit Kats. like Japanese moonshine, I think. This program, first of all, thank all of you, Jenny and your group. I know it was a challenge getting home, and you worked through it, and we were on pins and needles waiting for your arrival, actually. It's a wonderful program. A number of years ago, I had the opportunity to participate and visit Japan when then Mayor Franzella was the mayor and I was the vice mayor. I must say we did a few other things that you weren't able to do, but we had a great time. It's wonderful. It was wonderful, and my son-in-law, who's just turned 30, went to Parkside and still keeps in touch with the people that he stayed with in Japan, and they visit each other when they're back and forth. So it's an exciting program. It's a great cultural event for this city, and we are trying to keep this going. San Bruno, in the past couple of years, has had some challenges financially. So has Narita, and so we're trying to work through those. I want you to be sure of that. So thank you very, very much, and congratulations.